What's up, guys? Welcome to Shake the Liberal Tree. Happy Insurrection Day. What a great day to be an American. Proud moment to celebrate another Insurrection Day that never happened. We went and supported Trump, went to his rally. We leave his rally. Time we get to the Capitol, guess who's already there? FBI agents and Antifa, dressed up like Trump supporters, already at the doorsteps, waiting to be let in. And what do you know? Capitol Police let him in, the video shows, peacefully walking down the halls, into the chambers, hang out in the chambers for 37 minutes, according to the video, then let out of the chambers, peacefully walk down the halls, and out into the crowds, and back on the buses, and then they departed from the buses. What did the media start clamoring about immediately? This is how you know it's planned. They used the word insurrectionist before the insurrection even happened. And why did they pick that word? They could have used anything. They could have used riots. They could have used chaos. But they particularly used insurrection because it's in the Constitution. And they knew they stole the election. And if they were found out, they had to have a plan B of how to keep Trump from out of there. So they labeled it as an insurrection. So the American people would never let Trump back in there, even if it was proven that Biden stole the election, which he had. 81 million votes for Biden. The majority of his votes, I think 30 million, came after 10 o'clock at night, after Trump clearly was winning handedly. So in 2016, Hillary tried to steal the election. But what they didn't calculate was how many people actually voted for Trump. And they got caught with their pants down because when they counted the votes, they're like, holy shit, we don't even have enough fraudulent votes to overtake Trump. So they knew they couldn't do that again. So they knew Trump was more popular the second go around than the first. So what they did, January 20, if you remember, 2020, the first case of COVID entered the U.S. Why did that have to happen? Because they had to have people stay at home, not go to the polls, and they had to have it to where people could mail in votes in abundance. I mean, mail in votes has always been there for military, etc. But they needed a high clip number. So with everybody at home and they're advising you, don't go to the polls, you can do the mail in ballots, blah, blah, blah. So if you look back at the election and you see Trump handily winning by 10 o'clock at night and until 11 o'clock, and then most people were going to bed knowing Trump won this handily. And then what happened at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning? Video shows, not me, I didn't take the video, but video shows people working in the poll booths, stuffing ballots in the machines constantly. Now, let me ask you this, because this is where people start getting sideways. If Florida, which is the fourth largest state, I believe, can have all their votes in by, 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, for all the people in Florida, and other states had all their votes in. You mean to tell me in 2020 we can't count votes at a high clip when we're using machines? Why does it take them, and why did they do it at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning? The boxes were clearly there at 7 o'clock when the polls closed. The video shows them pulling the boxes out from under the tables and start stuffing them in the machine at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody can answer that. Nobody can answer that. But it was a good plan. Develop the flu, release it globally, stick people with remdesivir shots, make their lungs shut down, rush them to hospitals, put them on ventilators, and then they pass away. And what does that do? That creates panic, and people stay home in fear of their lives. Why did they have to do that? Because they wanted you to be at home and not at the voting booth. Because they had to steal it. They couldn't take any chances. So they steal it. He gets 81 million votes. Barack Obama is the most popular person in America. I'm a conservative Republican, and I can admit Barack Obama is probably the most famous person in this country other than Trump. You mean to tell me Joe Biden, who could barely win the primary from Kamala Harris, got 81 million votes, which was, for good math, 20 plus million more votes than Obama did, 18 to 20 million more? Are you kidding me? He won 4 or 5 bellwether counties, but you have to win 17 to 18 of those to win. He didn't win the key states you're supposed to win. So essentially 4 precincts in the whole United States determined this election after 10 o'clock at night. So we can all agree the video proves there's so much video out there. All you got to do is click a button and watch it. It's not super hard. And you can see for yourself people going at ballot boxes on the side of the road, dumping suitcases full of ballots in there, which is illegal. Pushing votes through the machine after the polls closed. And it's all on video. So it's not speculation when you can see it on video. So after election, from the first week of November, and we're rolling into December and January, video started to emerge. So what happens? Pelosi, Schumer, the Democratic apparatus gets nervous. The military-industrial complex, they all get nervous. They're like, if this video gets released and it goes to the Supreme Court, which leans right, they're going to overturn this election. And then we lost again. And this time, with the impeachments and all that bullshit that Trump had to endure, they couldn't take a chance because Trump was coming with the pain this time. He wasn't going to be, after 2, fraudulent impeachments, wasting money and everybody's time, Trump was going to hammer down on them. And they knew that. So, plan B, what happens? They knew Trump was going to have a speech. He announced it. All the people were at the speech. And then what happens? On video, this is not speculation, this is video, unidentified buses pull up and start letting people off. Now, Trump supporters are typically, you can identify a Trump supporter, especially when they're in their MAGA gear. Now, it's also easily identifiable when you have people in MAGA gear that does not look conservative or Republican or both. But you can identify Antifa and left-leaning people by observation. And when you see somebody that doesn't look right in MAGA gear, you start to ponder. And then, and it's also kind of strange, all these people didn't go to the rally, but were pulled up to the front doors of the Capitol on buses. So if you're really a Trump supporter, why were you not at the rally? Why were you bussed in just to go to the Capitol? And they didn't even wear the MAGA gear correctly. So that stuck out like a sore thumb. And then video comes out of these people being led to the steps of the Capitol and then being led into the Capitol by Capitol Police. Barricades being moved by Capitol Police on video. Letting them into the hallways of Congress. Letting them into the chambers of Congress. It's all on video. Fist bumping. And they arrested some people. And then as they were departing the building on video, Capitol Police are unhandcuffing people, patting them on the back, and letting them get back on the buses. Trump supporters were obviously there. But when the windows started busting and all that, it seemed kind of odd because they were letting people in. So there was no need to bust windows. But it had to be that way. So, and the reason it had to be that way is because They needed a plan B. You got the news channels all together using the word insurrectionist. Why did they use that word? And only that word. Instead of riot, chaos, whatever term you want to use, every mainstream outlet, all in unison, use the word insurrectionist because it's in the Constitution and that particular word is in there. So that was plan B of how to get Trump out of there if the Supreme Court ruled the election was stolen. So you have on video 2 different phone calls. The same phone call, but 2 different clips that was showed to the mass public of Vice President Pence calling Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. So you have this video showing the conversation. You have the exact same phone call on another clip showing a different situation. They all knew. They were all in on it. They had to be in on it for unison. And they had to be united. So they already knew beforehand what was going to happen. None of them were in fear of their lives. They all knew where to go like a fire drill. Everybody report to your offices, wait 37 minutes, and then come out. It was all political theater on national television. You can't tell me all the news organizations, all these producers come up with, let's use the word insurrection in unison. It just doesn't happen like that. You got these news channels saying this, you got these news channels saying that, blah, 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 but they use insurrectionists particularly for the right purpose. If they would have got overturned, they could use this as plan B of not letting Trump in. Yes, we stole the election, but we can't let Trump in because he's an insurrectionist. He's trying to overthrow the government. So they couldn't take any chances. After the Hillary debacle, they had, at least 2 plans, the COVID plan and the insurrectionist plan. And it's all on video. It's undisputable. All you got to do is fucking click a couple buttons and you can see what you want to see. But people are fucking lazy. They're just going to be like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, it doesn't. That's not a conspiracy theory. When you can see it on video for yourself. All you got to do is click a couple buttons. So what are they going to do this time? What are these fuckers going to pull out their ass this time? Well, they can't do COVID again because nobody's going to believe that shit. Nobody's going to stay home. Nobody's going to put masks on. So they can't resort to that. They tried a little bit. They tried to see how it run in the last couple months, trying to push people to get the booster and this and that, but nobody gave a shit. So now what are they going to do? Well, they're letting 1 million people a month across the border. And what do you think they're going to do in exchange for them coming across the border? They're going to vote. They're going to put them in the spots where they need to vote. And they're going to show them at the polls in long lines to vote, showing, Trump has these lines, Biden has these lines. Why else would they be coming across here? They got to steal it somehow. There isn't 81 million liberals registered to vote anyway. And half them lazy bastards don't even vote. How you going to come up with all these votes? You're not going to be able to steal it at 2 o'clock in the morning again because there's going to be a high focus on particular counties, cameras. You bet you believe Republicans will be up in the voting polls no matter what times they close. And it's going to be chaos because Republicans ain't going to sit by and let liberals close the polls down and stay inside with all these and stuff these ballots again. It just ain't going to happen. So how are they going to steal it? The only correlation I can think of is they letting all these people across with the understanding you vote in the election and you get immunity. You get released in this country and you become a voting bloc of the Democratic Party. All they got to win is a couple states. I mean, they already got California and New York. They don't have to win many more. They're not going to win Ohio. They're not going to win Florida. If Georgia tightens up, they ain't going to win Georgia. Raffensperger is a complete dope. So really, all they have to do is win Michigan and Wisconsin, and that's really pretty much it. Obviously they'll have Hawaii and all the Northeast states. So you put a high concentration of people in a couple locations in 2 states, you win the election no matter what the rest of the country feels, or the 75, 80 million people that are going to vote for Trump. You just flood those 2 states and it's a wrap. But the problem is these people aren't eligible to vote, and they're going to let them vote, and they're going to count their votes and let us have to play defense to figure out how to stop it. Democrats are always on offense, and Republicans, I don't even say Republicans because Republicans in Washington are undercover lib douchebags. So you got freedom-loving Americans always playing defense, and it's just counterintuitive. Another way they'll try to steal it if they can't use them votes is they're going to try to put Trump in prison, in jail, on fraudulent charges. It doesn't matter if they're legitimate or not. If a jury finds them guilty, they're going to at least put them in jail for a little while until the Supreme Court can weigh in. It'd be interesting to see if the Secret Service even releases him to go to prison. That's never happened before. So we'll see the power struggle between the Secret Service, the U.S. Supreme Court, and see how it plays out. But nonetheless, if he goes to prison for a couple months, it hurts his campaign chances. He's going to miss, out there campaigning, so he's going to have to rely on the people to still vote for him, even though he's in jail. And it's going to be cloudy, and they're going to be like, oh, we don't know how long he's going to be in jail. All we need to do is keep him in jail until the day after election. So that's 2 plans right there. And you got all this crazy shit going on with the Epstein shit, the Hunter Biden shit, money laundering out the ass with Joe Biden, enriching his family. You got Pelosi doing insider trading. You got all this cesspool in Washington, and you're trying to catch Trump on some business bullshit of how he made his money, and you're trying to devalue his properties. Try to say Mar-a-Lago is worth $50 million when the property right next to it is worth double that without a golf course. Are you fucking kidding me? If freedom-loving Americans don't start going on offense, and we always sit back on our hands and play defense, we're going to continue losing battles like this. And eventually, there's not going to be a battle to be fought because they're going to wreck this fucking country, and it's going to be over. Ain't nothing we can do about it to save it. I mean, they're screwing up our children. Kids don't know. Kids can't be kids no more, and that's the unfortunate part. They can't watch cartoons. They can't go outside and play. They got to be inside. They got to be on their phones. They got to be told what gender they are before they even know what genders are. Hell, you got parents telling kids what gender they are, and they don't even know how to spell gender at this point. And if you ever look at transgender people, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but usually the mothers are fucked up as a soup sandwich. And that's... You look at a kid that's fucked up, look at his mother. Guarantee 100% he's fucked up. Or she's fucked up. So, but back to the election. So, we're going to get in, and if Trump isn't in jail, he wins this election. But if they put him in jail, I don't know. They want Nikki Haley in there as plan B. Because even if Biden loses and they push Haley to win, Haley can be controlled by the military-industrial complex, the Democrats, and it'll just be a continuation of the bullshit that we're dealing with now. Only Trump can get this thing turned around 180. Because there's a lot of people that need to be put down in check and held for their bullshit that they drug this country through the last, 5 or 6 years. And they need to be held accountable, because if you don't hold them account, this shit's never going to end. It's only going to get progressively worse. And it's just going to result in a fucking civil war. Let's be honest, these billionaires ain't putting bunkers in for nothing. They know if Trump wins in 2024, people are going to be held accountable. And these motherfuckers are going to go in hiding. They're going to go in their fucking $240 million bunker. Why does Zuckerberg need a $240 million bunker? Why does Peter Thiel trying to get a bunker overseas? You know, these motherfuckers ain't getting bunkers because they like being underground. There's a reason they want to be underground for a significant period of time. That's why they're building these. I mean, fucking Zuckerberg's bunker underground in Hawaii has a goddamn swimming pool in it. Who needs a swimming pool in a fucking underground bunker? That's insane. It's fucking insane, man. So they know what the fuck's coming down the pike, and they're preparing for it. So no matter who wins, it's gonna be fucking chaos. If Biden wins on some bullshit, conservative people ain't gonna take it again. I can tell you that right now. If he gets 90 million votes and there's only 70 million registered liberal fucking voters, and he's got 20 more million votes than voters, there's gonna be a fucking problem. And you bet your ass if Trump wins, the fucking Democrats are going to lose their goddamn mind because they're going to lose, complete control of this country, and people are going to be held for an account, and they're going to be in some big time trouble, and they're going to lose power, and they can't afford to lose power because once the key people are put away, it's going to take a new generation of leaders on the Democratic side to step up and do that. And AOC and the squad and all them, they ain't got the stomach to do the dirty shit that the fucking liberals been doing for the last 30 years. You got Pelosi, you got Schumer, these scumbags, they'll fucking kill you. Hillary Clinton, everybody knows that bitch will fucking kill you in a heartbeat. If you're on the list, you ain't making it out. Everybody knows that. But these up-and-comer liberals, they ain't got the stomach for that. So once the key people are out of the picture of power, Democrats ain't gonna ever get back in there because their policies fucking suck. Look at every Democrat-run city in this country. They're all fucking shitholes. Every single one of them. Chicago, New York City, Los Angeles, Austin, Texas, Memphis, Detroit, Baltimore. They're all fucked up. Everybody knows that. Democrat people don't know how to run no goddamn city. They don't want to run the city. They just want your money and they want the power. They get all these millions of dollars to fucking give to the cities, to build the cities, and what they do, they stick it in their pocket and they pad their friends' pockets. It never trickles down to where it needs to trickle down to. Everybody fucking knows that shit. And Republicans are just as fucking slimy when it comes to that bullshit. But what a great day. Insurrection Day, I love it. I fucking love it. Because we caught you bastards. Fucking, we ain't fucking stupid. We knew that day that fucking conservative people didn't fuck up the Capitol. These fucking Antifa, Looney Tune little dirtbags fucking dressed up in MAGA gear. They can't even fucking break windows right. You mean to tell me conservatives, if we wanted to really tear that motherfucker up, we would have burnt that motherfucker down. We'd have had bulldozers in there. We'd have had fucking grenade launchers. We'd have had cranes, fire trucks. We would have had it all, buddy. One thing conservative men know how to do, we know how to build shit, and we know how to blow up shit. And if we really wanted to fuck that place up, we would have fucked it up. But you got these fucking sissy ass motherfucker liberal people who are fucking trying to break a fucking window, with their hands or whatever. And I'm like, come on, dude, you're not even fucking trying to break the window right. So if you go back and watch these videos, these fucking pussies, they can't even do nothing right. They can't even break in right. It's like so obvious. It's like, and then liberals, the first thing they do is, oh, he's a conspiracy theorist or he's this. No, motherfucker, go watch the video. If you watch the video, you'd be like, yeah, those guys can't even fucking break in right. And the cops are unhandcuffing people. When have you ever seen a fucking cop unhandcuff anybody? Never. You got fucking cops letting people in. Why do they do that? Because they were told to. Why did Nancy Pelosi tell the National Guard to stand down that day? Because she knew the National Guard wasn't going to let these imposters in there and pull up in buses and run around and act like fucking wild banshees. And we're going to do that. Stand down. But liberals, I mean, the first thing a liberal to throw roadblocks up, he's racist. He's homophobic. He's this. He's that. He's an idiot. Trump's bad. Trump's orange. Trump's racist. You know, it's just like one word things to make you pause. Nobody's got time to hear that bullshit no more. We don't give a fuck what you call us. What you call us don't determine who we are. That's just point blank. And once you get past that bullshit, the first roadblock of them saying that, then you go to roadblock 2. Oh, we're gonna try to demean you and ruin your life, take your job away, run you down in the media, run you down on social media, label you this, and that don't work. Then guess what? They're gonna try to kill your ass or lock you up because they have no facts, they have nothing. All they do are sit at home and they're keyboard warriors. And a lot of times you get messages on social media, they don't even have a fucking balls enough to put a picture of themselves on there. It's just, and they don't even have balls enough to put their fucking name on there. They're fucking cowards. That's all there is to it. They're fucking cowards. And we ain't putting up with that shit no more. We don't give a fuck about your feelings and what you think should happen and all that. No, motherfucker. We're going to vote a real vote, and we're going to vote you pieces of shit out of office, and we're going to reclaim this country and get the values back in this country that made this country great. If you don't like the values of this country, go ahead, get your fucking bags, and get the fuck out of here. Because we're going to stop bullshitting around with these kids, and we're going to stop trying to tear this country down and try to confuse these kids and try to confuse the public. Nah, motherfucker, we're going to love our neighbors. We're going to treat people with respect. We're going to help people. You know, we're going to apply the money where the money should be applied to and help these people out of poverty. We're going to do some cool shit, but we're not going to be able to do it in these fucking media. Get this million people out of here. All these fucking wacko fucking liberals and their fucking bullshit agendas in the school system. Look, America is the greatest nation on this planet. You don't believe me? Get you a fucking passport. Take a plane trip. And go to Iran. You know, go to Iraq. Go to Afghanistan. Try to take your ass into North Korea or Russia. And try all that bullshit you try here. You won't fucking do that. You don't see Greta Thunberg talking to fucking President Xi or fucking Vladimir Putin with his fucking climate change bullshit. That bitch will be locked up and fucking her throat slit in an instant. They only come here to America and start spewing this bullshit because they know they can. And they're taking advantage of our First Amendment and our patience. We're tired of that shit. If you ain't gonna do it equally across each country of the world and spew this climate change bullshit, we ain't taking that shit no more. Fuck you. If you got balls and you go to Vladimir Putin and say Greta Thunberg goes to Putin and say, hey man, you know, climate change, you know, tighten your shit up. She ain't gonna do that. Brittany Griner. I hate America. I'm not going to stand up for a national anthem. What happens when she goes to Russia? They don't give a fuck about your American rights in Russia. And amazingly, she fucking, I love America. I want to come back to America. Why do you want to come back to America, bitch? You couldn't even stand for the national anthem. You know how many motherfuckers died for you to have the right to fucking even not stand for the national anthem? And then you're going to fucking trash this country and then go over there and cry a bucket of tears because you want to come back because you realize that these other countries don't give a fuck about you and they'll fucking kill you. I mean, come on, man. Fucking tired of this shit. Fucking tired of it. So, we'll see how it plays out. I'm sure more information is coming. We got the caucuses coming up January 15th and we're rolling into New Hampshire. Then we'll go down to South Carolina. We'll see how it starts to play out. Supreme Court's going to weigh in on if Trump can be on the ballots or not. So we'll know about springtime what kind of direction this thing is going to go in. But I think by summertime we'll kind of know all these illegals what they're up to with that. If they don't pull the plug on Biden and get Gavin Newsom in there, it's just it's unfortunate that they're already declaring Biden the winner in these primaries when he hasn't even fucking went to these states to even earn the people's vote for to be the Democratic nominee. That tells you how crooked this shit is. If you don't even have to fucking go to a state to win the primary, come on, people. The motherfucker stayed in his basement in 2020, the whole fucking election cycle, couldn't get 20 people to a rally, and then he gets 81 million votes. Motherfucker never left Delaware. And then to get the dumbest motherfucking vice president of all time. The bitch can't even put two sentences together. I mean, the only reason she got where she was at because of Montel Williams and Willie Brown. Had it not been for that, she would have been a nobody. She's not even a good fucking attorney. Look at her record. Google Kamala Harris record in California. It's fucking abysmal. Oh, you're racist. No, motherfucker. Go to Google and Google it yourself. God damn. Nobody gives a fuck if you call somebody racist or not anymore. We're going to be whatever you think we are anyway, so I don't give a fuck what you think. But the dumbest fucking vice president and the dumbest president of all time get 81 million votes. God damn. Ain't no sane person believe that bullshit anyway. And then look at the fucking staff he put together. The dumbest motherfuckers you ever seen. And people wonder, well, why is this country going to shit? Well, goddamn, look at the leaders. Anyway, happy Insurrection Day. It's a great day to be an American. And just remember, don't take no shit from no fucking liberal. They're keyboard warriors. And they ain't got no backbone. All they want to do is just try to eliminate you with words and threats. Don't take that shit. Fuck them. We're the ones who built this fucking country. We're the one to make this country go. We keep your fucking lights on. We keep your toilets running. Keep you heat and cooled. We keep the roads going. We're out here paying the most fucking taxes. And all you want to do is just sit at home and fucking be a keyboard warrior. Fuck off. So, stay tuned to Shake the Durable Tree. We got a lot of cool shit coming up. And again, we just got to keep our eyes open. These motherfuckers will try to steal it again. So, happy Insurrection Day, guys.